In this video, I'm going to explain how to play the game Royalty Only by Logic Mills. For this game, we have 4 different parts or activities that go into it. The first of which is a triangle worksheet, whereby you give each student a piece of paper that has 50 just normal triangles drawn onto it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tell the students that they are going to have 2 minutes to try and turn all of these triangles into different objects. Now the stranger or the more creative, the better. So once they all understand that and they all have a piece of paper and a pen, then they get to working. And once the 2 minutes are up, then you can see how many different objects or triangles the children were allowed to draw on and be creative with. And you can discuss how, you can even change the orientation of the paper or come up with lots of different ideas, and you can even praise the more wacky and creative ideas that the students came up with. That's the first activity. The second activity is then a game called Zip Zap Zop. And for this game, what they're going to do is stand in a large circle, and you're going to explain that you basically have a big ball of energy, and that starts with one player. Then the first player is going to say zip, clapping their hands and pointing to their left. What this does is it then passes that ball of energy to the person on their left. Now that person then has to say zap and continue passing it to the left. Then after that, the next person then has to say zop. So the sequence is zip, zap, zop. Z-I-P, Z-A-P, then Z-O-P. So it goes in a zip, zap, zop, zip, zap, zop, all the way around the circle, and it keeps going. However, if someone is too slow on their reaction time or they say the wrong word, then unfortunately they are out and they become a landmine. Now what they have to do is cross their arms over themselves, and if a person tries to pass the energy to them, then the person who tried to pass the energy is then out. So let's say I have the energy, the person to my left is a landmine, I have to try and point around them to pass it to the person after them. However, if I try to pass it to that landmine, then I'm out. This is the second game, and you keep playing until you only have 2 people left inside the circle. For the third activity, we have an activity called word association. Now for this game, you should group the students or the players into groups of 8. And what you're going to do is you are going to give one student in that group the word elephant. Now they're going to go around in a circle, and what they're going to try and do is start with that word elephant, then add on another word that they think associates or relates to that word before it in some weird way. So let's say I have 8 people playing together. I had someone say elephant, then it comes to me. I say the word that was said right before me plus a new word. So if they said the word elephant, I would say elephant zoo, because I think that you can find lots of elephants in the zoo. So there is some sort of relation that I think happens between the 2 words. Now the next person will then say zoo, and then could say zoo poo, because they think that those 2 words rhyme. So it can be any sort of weird or creative link. It doesn't necessarily have to be shoe, sock, sock, shirt, shirt, pants. You can get quite creative about how the links work. The only thing to emphasize is that if someone in the group doesn't understand the link, so for example from zoo to poo, and I didn't understand it, I should ask whoever said it, how did they come up with that link? And as long as they can come up with a story or a reason for why they link, then it's perfect, and I can now understand, and we continue going. And then after around maybe 2 minutes, then you can stop all of the groups, and it's actually quite cool to see what word all the groups ended off with because they all started with the same word, elephant. And you can discuss the different links and cool creative ways that people jumped from one word to another. And you should try to really encourage the students to make those creative links and do like a double jump. So instead of just saying sock to shoe, they could say sock to footsteps. Because to them, they go from a sock to the shoe in their head. They're like, with shoes you can create footsteps. So instead of just saying shoe, they say footsteps. But it's basically just encouraging them to create more complex and wacky ideas. That's the third activity. And then finally, we have the fourth activity, which is just like the triangle one, except with circles. So you're going to give each student a piece of paper that has 50 plain circles on it, and again, give them 2 minutes to make as many objects out of those circles. Then after that, you again count how many circles they were able to create into something new. And that's how you play Royalty Only. Thank you!